Hi, I'm Dan Reinecke with Unknown Media. Today, let's talk about ISO versus f-stop versus shutter speed. Now, what this is going to be dealing with is the exposure of your image. So, say your image is right here, medium exposure. You got your aperture or your f-stop, you got your ISO, and then you got your shutter speed. All right, so if you lower your f-stop, or drop it down, basically what that's going to do, it's going to eliminate light from your photos. So now it's a little underexposed. Now, opposite of that, say we open up the aperture, boom, we're adding light to the image. So now it's a little overexposed. Now, it's all about a balancing act between the aperture, the shutter speed, and the ISO. Say we go ahead and we lower the f-stop, so we're losing light here, but we actually lower the shutter speed, which allows more light to come into the camera, so it's going here. And now what that is going to do, it actually balances it out. So again, this whole thing is going to be more of a balancing act rather than them working against each other. Say you want something with a real shallow depth of field. Go ahead and open up your aperture as wide as it will go so you can get that real shallow depth of field. But now ultimately this is going to make your image a lot brighter. So what you can do is lower your ISO if possible. That will actually bring the exposure down. Or you can raise your shutter speed, which again will bring down that overall exposure. But again, it's just finding that middle ground. It's finding that nice, even exposure where everything is balanced correctly to how you want your image to come out. So that's a little insight on ISO versus f-stop versus shutter speed. I'm Dan Reinecke. Take your best shot.